Hey Scribblers, welcome back to Scribble Lab. Today we're going to try this sheep here. She's pretty easy. Let's take a look at her basic shapes. Her eyes are round, her head is kind of an egg shape, and both of her ears and her legs are oval shapes. We've got this kind of spiral shape for the horns, and then just some fluffy lines all the way around. So her basic shapes are quite easy. We're going to go ahead and push her up in the corner here, and you can grab your paper and a pencil, a marker, and any colors you would like to use, or if you have an iPad, that's great too. When you're drawing with pencil, make sure you're drawing very lightly in case you have to do some erasing today. Let's start our sketch with 2 circles for the eyes. One might overlap the other one just a tiny bit. Inside those circles, we're going to put 2 more circles that are more towards the center than right in the middle. On top of those eyes, we're going to put a small arch, which is going to be the top of our egg shape, and then we're going to continue the egg shape down below. About in the center of this bottom half, we're going to draw a U shape, a flattened U shape, and then a line that goes straight down to the bottom of the face. Next, we're going to start on the ears, which are just some oval shapes that come out from the side of the eye. And if you want to put horns on her, you can start right about here and make this spiral shape like this. Now you're going to start back up at the top of the head and spin back around to meet with this point. Do that same thing on the other side, going in the opposite direction. Now because the horns are round, we can give curved lines to them to give it some shape, like this. Just little arches. I'll do the same thing on the other side here. So right below her chin, we're going to draw half of an oval for her legs. It's going to look something like that. Then we're going to draw another one right next to it, right there. Now so that they don't look like they're floating out of nowhere, we're going to put some little fluff lines here. Now on the side of her leg, we're going to start those U-shaped lines all the way up to her horn. Do that again on the other side. And then we're going to continue it on the inside of her horn like that. And then over the top of her horns. Those are all the basic lines. So now you're going to take your pencil lines. I hope you have drawn lightly, because now we're going to erase them almost all the way until it's really light. And then we're going to start using our marker. If you need to pause the video to have more time to erase, go ahead and do that, but I'm going to move on with my marker. I'm going to zoom in on the eyes here. With your marker, draw very smooth round circles, as smooth as you can get them. Doesn't have to be perfect, we're just practicing here, right? Inside those eyes, draw the smaller circles. And then inside those smaller circles, we're going to draw even smaller circles. Now this medium-sized circle is going to get completely filled in with black. And the tiny circles are going to serve as highlights. Okay, zooming out, I am going to finish the bottom of her face, her nose, her mouth line, top of her head, her ears, Going to get the little squiggly line over her feet or legs. And I'm going to draw in her legs. And down on these legs here, I'm going to make just a curved line like that. And that will make it look like she has hooves. You can even split the hooves like this if you want to. Okay, up to her horns. And those curved lines that make it look like the horn is rounded. Little details like that really help to give shape. Other horn. And the curved lines to give it some shape. Okay, I'm going to draw in the outside lines of the fur, or I guess it's wool on sheep, isn't it? It's not fur. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and erase all of my pencil line. That might take you a minute to do that, so you can pause the video if you want to. On the iPad, I can just delete my layer, and it's like magic. It's just gone now. Okay, I'm going to put in a couple of extra lines for her wool. Just some little W's and U's and M's and whatever I feel like would look good. You get to be creative here and decide how much wool you want to show on her. I think that looks good. Okay. Look guys, you've already finished your sheep. That was super fast, wasn't it? So go ahead and color her. I'm going to color mine really, really fast. I like to make her kind of a gray face, gray legs, darker gray hooves. I make her horns kind of this nice grayish brown color. But if you wanted to give her pink and purple horns or rainbow striped horns, that's up to you. I want to give her some pink cheeks. It's easy to throw in shadows and highlights on an iPad because you can turn down your opacity, but you can also do it on paper. You just might need to use some white colored pencil and draw lightly until you get the effect that you want. I'm going to put a few shadows in here. Might even throw a little bit of a cream color in there just for the fun of it. If you want to, you can throw a shadow under her. You can put a background on her, or you could draw her next to Little Bo Peep, whatever you want to do. I hope you've had fun being creative and drawing this sheep. And be sure and subscribe and come back. We'll see you next time. Bye.